been educating our clients on is that if you work with this team, you can get the prices of today, because that's a good thing here in Denver, and the interest rates of tomorrow if it benefits you.
That's right.
So,
First the math. But let me ask you a
Sure.
question. I know the Denver market pretty well because I'm a buyer as well. I'm not a real estate agent. But I know enough to know that there were people a year ago putting 12, 13, 14 offers before they would get a house.
Yeah.
And then there was 12, 13, 14 multiple offers on homes. What's going on now in the real estate world?
Yeah, great question. And it's interesting because if we look at stats and numbers, we see one picture. But being boots on the ground and really being so entrenched in this market,
Right.
I'm really at the forefront of what's happening. Stats are in the past, but what's happening right now? And thankfully, due to my awesome clients, you know who you are, I've had a couple listings that went live this week, and then we've got a couple more coming up. And so we're just really trying to project what's happening. And so it's like we've been in a really hyper market for about a year, and really the past 6 months have been ultra hyper. And I've had this conversation with a lot of other professionals, other agents and appraisers, lenders alike. So it's like I want to get a broad brush. However, really it was about May, the end of May, we just saw things kind of really change so fast here, where it was like hypermarket, and then those interest rates really shot up and everybody was confused. And so we really saw a pullback here in Denver when it comes to offers and even the amount of sellers that were putting their homes on the market. And so what we saw was this sort of knee-jerk reaction, in my personal opinion, that was like, oh my gosh, everything's happening all at once and we don't know how to react. The secret is out. Denver and Colorado is a great place to live. So actually, within the last 2 weeks, I've seen a little bit of a realization that the sky's not falling.
How do you know?
Yeah, and so these past couple of weeks, we've started to see, even though our inventory levels are rising, we're still a solid, jump away from being in a balanced market, let alone a buyer's market. But what I've seen is that the showings have increased, and so has the competitiveness of offers. So while we do have, sort of this discrepancy in terms of what's happening between the buyers and the sellers, I think that we found kind of a comfort level and a confidence level where we said, okay, it's okay having an interest rate in the 5s, and we still have a lack of inventory. People still love living in Colorado, and so I feel like we're in a really good place as we move forward.
So right now, would you say it's still leaning toward a seller's market rather than a buyer's market, even though it's balancing out?
It's a heavy seller's market. We just broke into the 2 months of inventory for the first time in a long time. Now, it takes 6 months of inventory to be in an equal market,
Wow.
in a balanced market. And then we need to get into that 7 range, 7 months of inventory before we're in a buyer's market. So, still a heavy seller's market. You and I can